It's September 4th, 2022, and this is a report on my little avocado tree and my beard. I've been really lazy. I've been lazy. I've been working 12, 13-hour days, and I'm like, I could just shave tomorrow. Oh, no, now there's so much. I need to get a lawnmower out. That's going to be a lot of work. Maybe I'll shave tomorrow, and then so on and so forth. Anyway, I haven't had to impress anybody lately, so I'm just going feral. Okay, enough about the beard. Yeah, it's going to go. Don't worry. Yeah, look at my avocado tree. They're both doing well, the beard and the avocado. So we had a huge fruit set on my little avocado tree this year, and you can see what happened. Just a massive amount of fruit drop, right? But, the tree's smart enough to know how many it wants to hold. These are all probably going to hold, but look, they're loaded up there. In fact, it might even have arguably too many because I'm noticing that the foliage is a little light, because all the energy is going to the avocados. And they're sizing up pretty well. They were born on the tree, about 5 months ago or 6 months ago. And usually when you get a huge fruit set like this, the avocados are typically a little bit smaller, but they're just as good. And I don't really fertilize this tree. Well, here's one. Look at this one here. That's a pretty good size. That's like a tiny bit smaller than a regular Haas you'd buy at the store. Here's a even bigger one right there. That's about Haas size right there. And look over here. Here's sort of a duploid one right here. Duploid, where'd you go? There you are. No, that's not you. Here you are. Look at that one. Not wild. Yeah. Ooh. Crazy. So like I said, we never fertilized. We dump a bunch of compost up here. Probably if I fertilize, fruit would probably be bigger. Maybe there'd be more of them. But that's not what's interesting here. What's interesting here is that this place is like a furnace, people. Look, it is so hot and dry here. Those are blue oaks back there in the backdrop. And they are California's most drought-tolerant oak. That's the only tree that will grow here. Seriously. The only oak that'll grow here up on these hills. Down near the gullies and stuff, maybe you get some valley oaks. But look, and not only is it the most drought-tolerant oak, this time of year, these things are so stressed out from how hot it is that they go deciduous before winter. So anyway, so we're asking a lot of these avocado trees. And I just looked, I've been so busy. Usually I look at the forecast all the time. I haven't looked at the forecast at all. And it's been so hot. Right now it's like 90 degrees and it's like maybe 8:15 or something in the morning. It's been so hot lately. So I'm having some friends up here. By the way, this is a Pinkerton here. Look, lots of good fruit there. Nice fruit. Pinkertons are doing pretty well. It's funny up here, it's so hard to establish an avocado. These Pinkertons, like that one, that one, they all look like this for a while. Planted them as little guys, and they struggled. And then some of them, like this one here, did this, just flat out died. Anyway, so it's tough going here. But the amazing thing is that once they do get established, how well they do. And I was tripping out a little bit yesterday because it had to have been, I don't have a temp gauge here, but it had to have been 105, 106, 7. And I was looking at this poor little avocado right here. He was wilting so badly. And I'm like, I should probably give him some water. Then I didn't. And, I have a guy, Manuel, who works here all week, and he usually waters the trees really well. But I thought it would wilt until he came tomorrow. But look, it didn't. Just overnight, the coolness of the night allowed the foliage to stand back up and be happy again. And so it's really interesting how it did that, I think. I mean, maybe it pulled up some water, some residual water, and recovered from that onslaught of heat. But you can see what happens here too. In extreme heat, hot climates, these leaves, they don't get as big. They don't need to be. There's so much light here. And then also they curl over to protect themselves. As you see, the leaf on the bottom is silvery. On top, it's green. Silver reflects the sun. Green absorbs it. So the plants are smart. They're like, hey, I'm going to hide from the sun. I see this now as a drought adaptation of the avocado. A lot of plants will curl like that, but in this case, we have complete silver on the back to reflect that sun. I never really thought of the silver coloration on the backside of an avocado leaf as a drought adaptation. I've never heard anybody talk about it. Am I the first? Probably not. But anyway, yeah, like, you know, in Lafayette, this tree has really big leaves. These leaves are tiny, tiny little leaves. Look how tiny they are. And again, they're, you know, doing their curl bit, hide from that sun. So I thought that you might think that that was interesting. I don't see on the top of the tree, underneath in the shade, there's bigger leaves. But on the top of the tree, there are no big leaves. So it's interesting how the same cultivar can look completely different in a different climate. Only 50 miles away in that direction over there is my house in Lafayette. San Francisco's that way. Berkeley's over there. My house is over there. Mount Diablo's right there. Anyway, 49 miles that way. Actually, in San Francisco, 52 miles that way. It's like probably winter right now. It's just amazing. These mountains here, they hold everything back. All the fog from the bay and the opening of the Golden Gate. But and so the trees there would be completely different, you know, completely different. And it's just, you know, 45 miles away. It's pretty remarkable. I think it's interesting. Maybe you don't, but I do. So what else can I tell you here? Oh yeah, so the whole reason I'm gonna have to do an update video. So I looked at the forecast because I'm having some friends over here. Right now it's Sunday before Labor Day. And oh my goodness, it is going to get so crazy hot up here. It's going to be insane. It's going to be, they say the official temperature for winter is, I think, on Wednesday. Like every day is like over 105. Then I think on Wednesday, it's going to be 114. Yeah, so it's going to be 114 degrees. The other days it's like 109, 112, 114. And we get about 3 degrees hotter here than downtown Winters. It's much greener down there by the river. They have more trees and that kind of thing. But up here it's so hot. Look at how hot and dry it is. It's so hot and dry. It is so hot. There's my palms over there. There's the avocado way up there. You can see what I did. I put those avocados on a mound. You know, kind of thinking drainage, that kind of thing. I also wanted to hide the garage from the, you know, the view of the house. But 114, it's going to be up here with all of this gravel and no vegetation around these trees to cool things off, and the reflection of the sunlight from the gravel road, surrounded by a gravel road on a 114 degree day, when that's the temperature they take down there where it's greener. It might be 120 degrees where this tree is. That's Phoenix-like. So it's going to be interesting. I'll come back up here, all my buddies, on Friday, right after that. So I'm sorry I put you here, guys. You're really doing a good job. But I never really knew what was going to happen here with this extreme heat. But I'm pleasantly surprised that these trees can withstand it. So full sun, baking, making fruit, not looking as pretty as they do in other places, but they look pretty enough to me. What do you think?